Hi guys, this is Zahid Sheikh and welcome back to my channel Zero Float. Today we are going to walk through a question that was asked by one of our subscribers, and the question goes as follows. Is it possible to show labor units as man days and as man hours at the same time? Now this is a really good question. Let's start from the basics. Let's jump to P6. When you have a P6 opened up, you have this option called resource. Let's click on this resource. Your resource window will open up. Now, many of you who are not aware of what are the resource in P6. P6 offers us three type of resource type that can be used in a project. One is labor, non-labor, and material. Example of labor resources are here, as you can see: carpenter, carpenter helper, steel fitter, blockwork mason, and so on. These are example of labor resource. These are the pretty standard. And then we have for material resource, we have plaster, tie, blockwork, rebar, formwork, etc. See, these are the example of material resource. And for non-labor, these are usually assigned for equipments that are mobilized on your site. So something like crane, that could be an example of a non-labor resource that can be created and used on the project. Now we are going to solve this problem using an option or function that is available in P6, and it is called user defined. Now user defined by definition is a user defined function. Is a function provided to the users in a software. Here a software is P6 to manage data within the software. Few of the more important things that you need to understand about a user defined is that you can create a project or a global defined user field, and it helps you track information like cost related data, profits, variances, and revised budgets, and many more functions. One of them is what we are going to talk about. Let's click on these activities and come back to activity tab. Now you can see something over here at bottom. We can see some resources assigned to here. So if when you click on these resources, you can see the resources that is assigned to that particular activity. So if I click on this decking, you can see this decking has a resource assigned to them: carpenter, carpenter helper, and formwork. Since this is a decking activity, it would definitely have carpenter and the carpenter helper and a formwork. So you can see it has assigned unit of 1440, 900, and 720. Let's not go into the basics of how these budget units were assigned to this. Just understand that these are the labor units that has been assigned to this particular activity, and similarly different labor units have been assigned to each of those activities. Now for any of you who does not have this column open up, you can find this column here. Just go to columns. If you come here under units, you would find that column somewhere right here under the B section. Somewhere over here you find that column. Let's collapse this. Let's look at setting before moving ahead. Click on edit, user preferences. Now if you click on time units, you can see two options over here: unit of time. So what it is saying is that it depends upon your project how you're tracking your labor. Is it based on hours or days, month, week, year, however you guys prefer. So I've kept it hours. If you want, you can change it to day, and make sure you notice something over here. If you see this total number have changed because P6 changed the units from days to hours. Now let's change it back to hours, since we are tracking our project in hours. Let's close this. So it has converted the labor units in hours. So it is labor units in hours. So this particular level has these many hours of labors assigned to it. Let's come to enterprise. Let's open this up. So this is what we're going to look at today. User defined fields. Let's click on this. If you see, P6 offers us to assign or create new user defined field in many of these sections like WBS, resources at project level, activities tab, and so on. We're going to use a user defined field under this section called activities. Click on activity. Let's add. Let's create our own user defined field. Before that, data type we're going to use is numbers because our labor units are clearly numbers, so we can use this number. Let's give it a second to load. Let's give it a name. I'm giving a random name of this one. We have created this user defined field under numbers. Let's close this. Let's add that column right here. Go to columns. Let's come down. You can see user defined. You can see a user defined field right here. Let's move it down right next to our budgeted labor units. You can see our column has 0 units assigned to it. So this is completely blank column. Now what we are going to do is we're going to copy our labor units from our labor units column to this particular one. So let's come to, let's find an option of global change. In the tools, you're going to find global change. Now I've created a new global change rule. You can just click on new and it will let you assign a new global change rule over here. So let's cancel that. Let's come to a copy resource that I just created. Let's click on modify. So what we're going to say is we are saying that our budgeted labor units which is greater than 0. So the labor units which are more than 0, like anything above 0, we will copy that to our user defined field, this one. And what we are going to copy is we are going to copy our budgeted labor units. So say we are saying that budgeted labor units which has any value above 0, copy them to our user field called WRR. Click on add, and in case if it does not have any labor units assigned to them, let's make it 0. So this is what you can look right here. Click on OK and then click on apply. Click on yes. P6 is asking, do we want to copy these value to our columns? Let's just click on commit changes. I'll say no to save the log and then give it a second. So we have success. We can clearly see that the budgeted labor units have been copied from the budgeted labor units to our custom user defined columns. Now if you remember the question, you wanted to see the labor units as man days and man hours at the same time. So let's come back to edit, user preferences, time. Let's change this today. Let's close this. Here we have. Now we can see that this column contains the man day, the labor as man days, and these values have not changed because we have just copied them. These are not dynamic, these do not have any units assigned to them. So if we click on this, we do not have any information for them. This is just a number that have been copied to this particular activities. Now what else can you do with this user defined field? If come to user defined field, let's say we create a new user defined field. Let's call this activity ID copy. Let's keep on text because an activity ID, I don't know, might be a text. Let's try this. Let's click on columns, go to user defined field, go to activity ID copy, apply. Okay, we see activity ID copy is blank. Come back to enterprise, user defined fields. Let's go to tools and global change. Let's create a new rule. Copy activity ID, where we'll say activity ID equals, I don't know, whatever. Is not equal to blank. We'll just say activity ID is not equal to blank. Click on add. We'll say what was our ID name? It was something to activity ID, right? Let's activity ID copy. Activity ID copy. Where is it? Activity copy equals activity ID. Let's click on OK. Hope this works. Click on apply change, click on yes. If you see right here, we got a report from the global change rule that we just run. So it is saying that the field activity ID copy, old value was blank, now the new value is the activity ID. So it is saying that the activity ID has been copied to that particular column. Let's click commit change. I would not like to save the log file. Let's wait few more seconds to complete. All right, we have a success. Now you can see we have our activity ID copied to our user defined field called activity ID copy. Now what could be advantage of this? The advantage could be, say you would like to keep a record of your old activity ID, and if you have changed or you wanted to change your existing activity ID, you can copy and have the record of what it was earlier, so you do not forget or you not get mixed up of what was it before and what it is now. Okay, thank you for watching. Until next time.